have to be really careful because the doctor already said that there's a 90% chance of reoccurrence, which is awfully high, and the type of damage, depending on how bad another incident could be, could affect not even my basketball career, like my life.
Yeah.
So.
What determines when you come back? Are you lifting a weight or something? What determines just strength?
I mean they're putting me through rehab exercises right now, and they're kind of just leaving it up to me. Like once I feel like I can make certain movements without having to think about it or worry about having it happen again, then that's pretty much it. I mean after he shut me down for 2 weeks. Like as a hard 2 weeks because not from everything. First week I can't even run because I guess like all the up and down movement will cause it some issues. So the second week I can get back into like jogging and like trying to do some more active movement with it. And then in that third week I'm supposed to be able to return to practice and game and so it's just they're just trying to progressively put me back in.
Okay, yeah, we don't need you to get hurt another time this year. Okay, we'll be back right after this break to talk about tonight's game and a little bit about your team. This is the Louisville Catholic Sports pregame show.
Great ball movement up top from the Knights.
They know a thing or two about teamwork.
Sees the open man and got it.
Beautiful alley used by the Bellarmine Knights.
At Gruzzani Mortgage, commercial real estate is a team sport. Whether you've been investing for decades or your first-time buyer or seller, Gruzzani Group is here to make the process pleasant, efficient, and most importantly, successful. Congratulations to the Bellarmine Knights and a strong tradition of excellence, and best wishes for another championship season. Broker and owner Paul Gruzzani is a proud graduate of Bellarmine University, class of 1980. Go Knights.
Are you ready to make some extra holiday cash? UPS is now hiring package handlers.
Knights Hall getting set for our national anthem, and the Knights are continuing their tradition that they started last year of having a fan come out of the stands and stand with the players during the anthem. Kind of a nice touch.
We direct everyone's attention to our nation's flag as we pause prior to this game to honor the United States of America and those who serve and protect our nation here at home and around the world. We ask that you please direct your attention to our flag, and we invite you to proudly sing along as Bellarmine University junior Adam Van Rood, a member of the cheerleading squad, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight?
Bellarmine, the home team, of course, in the white uniforms, and IU Southeast is in the red. And coached by Wiley Brown, a member of the 1980 University of Louisville National Championship team. And here's how we believe the teams will line up. First of all, for IU Southeast, Jamie Johnson, a 6-foot sophomore, averaging 16 points per game, will be at one guard, scored 20 in the season opener against Harris Stowe. Joining him in the backcourt, Demetrius Stanton, a 6-foot senior, averaging just under 10 per game. He is a kid that also had a big game against Harris Stowe, finished with 20 points. Terry Smith from Indianapolis, a 6-foot junior, is another starter, scored 13 in the victory over Simmons, comes to this program from Vincennes. Johnson, by the way, started his college career at Kentucky Wesleyan. Joe Jackson, a 6'7 senior, averages 11 points and 5 rebounds per game, played his high school basketball at Fern Creek, where he was a teammate of Demetrius Stanton. And the other starter from Lebanon, Indiana, is 6'6 senior Cody Young, who averages 5 points and 4 boards a game. He's a transfer from Taylor University, scored 7 points and had 9 rebounds in IU Southeast's win over Simmons. Now for Bellarmine, they will start Ben Wire, a 6'7 sophomore, averaging 6.5 points and a team-high 4.5 rebounds per game. Ben had a team-high 7 boards in the victory the other day over Northwood. Daniel Ramser, a 6'5 junior, averages 7.5 points, 4 rebounds. Ramser scored 10 and had 5 rebounds and handed out 2 assists in the season opening win over Saginaw Valley. Brent Bach, the Augusta Rifle, is the third starter, 17 points against Northwood. He also had 5 rebounds in that game, and the 17 points for Bach tied a career high. Jarek Coles, a 6'1 senior from Omaha, Nebraska, scored 14 and had 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals against Saginaw Valley. Jarek is averaging 9.5 points and a team-high 3.5 assists per game. And the other starter is Adam Eberhard, the 6'8 junior from Evansville, the preseason All-American, scored 19 and went 6 of 6 from the field against Northwood. He's averaging 12 points and 3 rebounds per game, and very efficient is Mr. Eberhard. He is 8 of 11 from the field here in the early going. Scott Davenport is in his 13th year as the head coach here at Bellarmine. A record of 289 and 93. Wiley Brown in his 11th season at IU Southeast, 223 and 94 is his record. IU Southeast, Mark, used to be a member of the Kentucky Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, the KIAC, and Wiley was coach of the year there in 2010, 12, and 14. And of course then they moved into the River States Conference just here recently. That's a big league. That's got teams from Pittsburgh to down this part of the country. And they are picked second behind IU East in the River States Conference this season.
Yeah, they're off to a good start. So it's going to be a very competitive game, I have a feeling.
Well, IU Southeast has kids who think, hey, wait a minute, I played against a lot of these Bellarmine guys, and I'm as good as they are. So
yeah, we got Valley High School represented, Fern Creek represented, Trinity represented. I guess that's it from the city of Louisville.
Joe Jackson will jump against Adam Eberhard. Scott Johnson, John Boylan Jr., and Chris Fuller are the officials. The ball in the air, and the tap is hit over here near the scorer's table, and last touch by IU Southeast. So it'll be Bellarmine's ball, and again, the Grenadiers are a team that is forcing an average of 29 turnovers per game. Now, they turn it over themselves about 17 times, but they are forcing 29.
And get 15 steals a game.
Bellarmine with it. Here's Wire at the top. Gives it to Bach, right of the circle. Right wing to Coles. Coles looks in at Eberhard. Instead to Wire, right of the key. Now Adam comes out to take it, right of the lane. Drives it into the paint. Left side to Eberhard. Or rather to Ramser. Back to Eberhard into the foul circle. A pass inside is thrown away. Bellarmine turns it over.
Not sure why Adam didn't take that shot. He was wide open from just over the free throw line.
So Bellarmine will play their traditional man-to-man, and Demetrius Stanton, a former Fern Creek player, will bring it across, guarded by Ramser. Throws it out high to the top of the circle to Young. Right side it goes, and a shot missed from the perimeter there. A three by Johnson. Bellarmine with a rebound, and a foul committed against IU Southeast, and it's on Cody Young.
Brent Bach, Ben Wire, both of them right there ready to get that rebound. Brent had it in his hands.
Now here comes the pressure by the Grenadiers.
Yeah, coach told me they didn't press much full court, but that wasn't much of a press.
No, they're going to let Bellarmine bring it across. Coles motors to the offensive end, right side, out front to Wire. Wire gets it down to Ramser, fakes the three, drives into the lane, lost it, but Eberhard regained it. Out to Bach for a three from the right corner, no good. Wire tips it back outside where it's rescued by Coles. Nice play by Wire, and a good play by Coles. Bellarmine with it. Here's a pass down low to Eberhard along the baseline. Couldn't shoot it. To a driving Ramser, and he lays it in.
Boy, Ramser he's just constant motion. Just not as good as Rusty Troutman yet, but he's trying to get on that ship.
He's working that way, isn't he? Terry Smith with it out front for IU Southeast. Now to Young, right of the circle, right side to Stanton. Stanton puts it on the deck, moves to the right of the lane, pulls up and buries it. Demetrius Stanton ties the game at 2. We've played a minute and a half. Coles over the time stripe to Bach on the left side. Out front it goes to Eberhard, underneath to Coles, and there's a layup for Bellarmine again.
Another assist. Adam Eberhard, both assists now, 2 layups.
4-2 in favor of Bellarmine. This is Johnson deep on the right sideline. Out high now to Joe Jackson. Jackson a pass on the left side to Smith. The lefty fires, buried it just inside the line. Gary Smith ties it up for IU Southeast. It's 4-4. We've played 2 minutes. Eberhard between the circles, and here's a whistle down low. It's a foul against Jamie Johnson of IU Southeast. Nope, correction. It's on Stanton. That's his first.
Both teams 2 out of 3 early on. Both teams have had 3 great looks at the basket.
Here's Bach with the inbounds pass just inside the hash mark on the right side. Out front to Ramser. Ramser puts it on the deck, angles left, hands to Coles, who comes out to take it. Whips it back to Wire for a 3, left of the circle, ring it up.
Good play by Jared Cole that time to get him an assist, and Ben Wire an easy 3.
That's Ben's second triple of the year, 7-4, Bellarmine by 3. Here's Terry Smith on the right side, gets it off to Jackson, his 3 from the right, ring it up for him. Joe Jackson knocks in a three.
Just a wide open look for IU Southeast.
We're on quite a scoring pace here, 7-all, and we played just 2:45. Eberhard, left side of the circle, to Wire, his three from the right side. That one is short. Eberhard trying to fight for it, couldn't get it. Instead, the rebound goes to Smith, whips it ahead, sideline right to Johnson. Now tried to get it to Young underneath, and IU Southeast throws it away. 7-all. And Bellarmine with the basketball, 16:55 to play in the half. Ramser on the angle left, out front to Wire, gives it to Bach, top of the circle right. Now to Coles on the right wing, out front to Ramser. Left side, they swing it around the perimeter to Bach. Now to Eberhard, right of the key, to a cutting Wire, and a foul against IU Southeast. That'll go against Young. That's his second foul, and Coach Wiley Brown not happy with Scott Johnson.
Yeah, Eberhard threw Young right into that foul because that wasn't a very good pass.
So we'll have Deshaun Lewis, a 6'6" sophomore from Jeffersonville, replacing Cody Young. Coles, baseline right, gets it into Ramser on the right wing. Ramser to Coles, out high on the right. 15 seconds to shoot. Coles into the foul circle on the dribble. Back to Wire, right of the lane. Out front to Eberhard, left side to Ramser. Ramser on the drive down the alley, leaves it for Wire on the right baseline. Out to Coles, open for three. Spun the rim, popped out of there. Smith with the board for IU Southeast. Left side to Stanton, out to Smith, whips it cross court, right side to Jamie Johnson. Now they get it to Jackson, right of the lane. Joe's 15-footer, good off the window. Joe Jackson has 5, and it's 9-7. IU Southeast the lead. Their first advantage of the night. Pass underneath, Eberhard to Coles. Jarek doesn't shoot it.
Get out of the lane.
And he is called for 3 seconds. Mark tried to tell him, but it came a little bit too late. 15:59 to play here in the first half. IU Southeast leads Bellarmine 9-7. This is Bellarmine basketball on the Louisville Catholic Sports Network.
Getting great on that because Bellarmine's defense has really been good last 2 games. But Southeast is really getting good looks.
And since there have been only 4 missed shots in this game, there aren't many rebounds. Each team with 2. Yep.
Bellarmine only 2 turnovers so far. Southeast 1.
Bellarmine, again, is giving up or is committing an average of 13.5 turnovers per game, and they are turning the opponents over 14 times per game. And again, I know it's been 2 games, so it's a real small sample, but we'll give you some numbers here. Here's IU Southeast with Smith, a jumper from the left side. He hit it, and he is fouled. It's a 3, I believe, and Bach fouled him.
Just one pass and a 3.
Smith hit it. That's his first 3, and Bach fouled him. That's his first, and the team's first, and quickly earns him a spot on the bench. He and Jarek Cole sit down. Parker Chitty and C.J. Fleming come in. Kerry Smith will try to complete a 4-point play. And IU Southeast leads by 5. The free throw is missed, and Ramser cleans up the miss. To Chitty, down the floor, right side to Fleming, back to Chitty, left side to Ramser, made a nice catch. Out front to Chitty, high left to Ramser, left wing to Eberhard. Eberhard to Wire, faces up left of the lane, then puts it on the deck. At the free throw line, right side Ramser, fake the 3, kicks it out to Fleming at the high left. Fleming to Wire in the left corner. Out front to Chitty. 5 seconds to shoot. Fleming lets it fly from the left side, and it's a three. Down the well it goes for C.J. Fleming.
C.J. had to beat the shot clock there. That's a tough shot. Got that one to go.
12-10. IU Southeast the lead and the ball. Jackson on the angle left, guarded by Eberhard. Joe trying to make a move on the left baseline. The fadeaway is short. Fleming with the rebound. Here comes Bellarmine. Fleming dribbles to the offensive end. Now out front to Wire, left side to Chitty. Parker takes a look inside, goes to Eberhard instead out front. Right side to Wire, above the three-point line. Ben puts it on the deck one time, now throws into the right corner to Ramser. Daniel drives, dumps it back to Wire, alone on the right baseline, doesn't shoot it. Out front to Ramser, he drives in the paint, left corner to Eberhard. He fakes the three, shovels it off to Ramser, a shot blocked by Jackson, and Ramser got it back, but the shot clock violation. Good defensive stand there by the Grenadiers.
It was Bellarmine got a good shot, but boy, that's a good block by IU Southeast.
Kerry Smith leaves the game, and Jacob Mills, former Valley High star, senior, 6'3", comes into the game for Coach Wiley Brown. 12-10, IU Southeast the lead. Jackson out high right, guarded by Eberhard, gives it there to Mills. Pass on the left side to Stanton. His high arcing three is in and out. Took a trip, popped out of the basket. Bellarmine with the rebound. Corbett is in for the Knights. He attacks the rim, puts up the shot. It doesn't go, but draws a foul, and Chavarsky Corbett will be on the free throw line. Joe Jackson commits the foul, his first, and that's 4 on the Grenadiers.
Good transition there by the Knights. Got down to 4 real quick.
Corbett hit the free throw. So he'll have one more, fouled in the act of shooting. We can remember, try to keep track of this. That's 13 in a row now they've made if you go back to the last game, right?
Saturday, yeah.
Bellarmine for the season through 2 games, 75% from the line. Corbett's free throw, perfect. Now we're tied at 12. Bellarmine has scored 5 in a row. There's a drive by Stanton into the left corner. It goes, and a new player in. A shot three-pointer missed by Lucas Berkman, the former Trinity star. Bellarmine with the rebound. Fleming the other way. Out front to Skylar Hunter, who's checked in for the Knights. Now to Corbett on the left wing. Out to Coles, who's back. Jarek whips a pass into the right corner to Fleming. Another three. Count it. CJ right on time.
Bellarmine shooting lights out. 2 threes for CJ.
Well, they need to because
because IU Southeast is too.
Yep, here's Berkman on the angle, right of the circle. Passes to Jackson on the right wing. Foul line extended. Jackson brings it outside, and a whistle, a foul away from the ball. It's on IU Southeast. It's on Berkman. His first, and that's 5 on the Grenadiers.
Somebody needs to get that paper off the floor. It's bothering me.
Yeah, I see it.
It's been out there. It's been out there the whole game.
Bellarmine's ball. Here is Fleming. Or rather, Coles gets it to Fleming on the left sideline. Now high right to Chitty. Right side to Corbett. CC throws it to Hunter, right of the circle. Now out front to Coles. Right side to Hunter. Bounces low to Corbett. Faces right of the lane against Jackson. CC needs help. Out high left to Fleming. CJ puts it on the deck against Berkman, dumps it off to Hunter. The ball loose on the floor, stolen away by IU Southeast. We go the other way. Stanton to the offensive end, right side to Mills. He pulls the trigger, misses the three. War for the rebound, won by Bellarmine's Coles. Up ahead to Fleming. Knights quickly into the offensive end. To Chitty between the circles. A bounce to Corbett, left of the lane. CC looking to make his move, turns. His shot blocked by Jackson. Gets it ahead to Berkman. Lucas one-on-one with Coles and lost it, and a foul called against Bellarmine. I think it was before the shot. The foul is on Coles, his first. Second on the team.
Paper.
So Berkman will be on the line, and he will shoot a pair. Mark has gotten the paper taken care of. Scott Johnson, the official, brings it over to us. Berkman on the line, hits the first free throw. Lucas for the year is averaging 8 points a game and just under 2 rebounds. He scored 21 in 22 minutes against Simmons College the other day.
The way they put the threes up, but I can see that happening.
Berkman hit the second one, and it's 15-14. Bellarmine by 1, 12:35 to play in the first half. Hunter for the Knights between the circles out front. Schuyler, a couple of dribbles, gives it to Coles. Jarek into the foul circle with it. Out high right to Fleming. Right side they swing it to Chitty. Parker drives, and here's a foul. That'll go against IU Southeast, and it's on Mills. And that'll be his first and the team's 6th. Adam Eberhard back in, replacing C.J. Fleming, who leaves with 6 points. C.J.'s taken 4 threes this year, and he's made 3 of them. Chitty to inbound, baseline right, comes in with it to Eberhard. Out high to Coles, right side. Now to Chitty, left of the circle. Parker left of the lane. Cross courts it to Coles, behind the back dribble, right of the lane. Right side to Eberhard. 9 seconds to shoot. Tried to get it to Hunter down low. Wow. And a foul called. That pass was wide, and it was going to be a turnover, but a foul against IU Southeast.
It's also probably going to be a layup if they weren't holding Schuyler Hunter.
It's on Burton, who has just checked into the game for IU Southeast, his first.
There was a clear path to the basket that time for Schuyler. He just couldn't get to the ball.
Hunter's free throw is missed, and the rebound retrieved by Deshaun Lewis of IU Southeast. 15-14. Bellarmine by 1. Johnson on a drive into the foul circle, out front to Berkman. Lucas drives, nice pass down low, and going up and powering it in is Deshaun Lewis, and he was fouled. The foul against Bellarmine. And it's on Corbett, and that'll be his first. And with 11:51 to play here in the first half, IU Southeast hanging around. They lead the Knights 16-15. This is Bellarmine basketball on the Louisville Catholic Sports Network.
Graduate
Plans is proud to sponsor the Bellarmine University Student Athletes Community Service Program, Knights in Action. Both Passport Health Plans and Bellarmine are dedicated to helping Kentuckians live healthier lives. For more information, go to passporthealthplan.com. Deshaun Lewis trying to complete a three-point play here. He was fouled by Corbett before the break. And we'll have the free throw here to try to complete his three-point play. And he does so. So Deshaun Lewis in the books with 3 points, and it's a 17-15 lead. C.J. Fleming is back in for Bellarmine. So is Daniel Ramser. Hunter and Corbett and Eberhard are the other Knights out there. Here's Fleming, right side of the circle, high left to Ramser. Ramser looks in, he finds Corbett along the left baseline, out to Hunter, fakes the three. Right side, they swing it around the perimeter to Eberhard, and he is fouled by Deshaun Lewis. And Adam Eberhard will be on the line. That's the 8th team foul against IU Southeast. Kerry Smith and Joe Jackson come back in for IU Southeast. Ben Wire returns for Bellarmine, replacing Hunter.
Still 11 and a half to go in this half, and 11 and a half minutes, and Bellarmine's going to be shooting free throws the rest of the half. And they've only committed 3 fouls.
Eberhard hits the first. Hunter missed a free throw, so that snaps Bellarmine's string.
15, 14 out of 15.
Chitty back in, replacing Corbett for Bellarmine. Adam Eberhard, 8 for 9 from the free throw line on the early stages of the season. Now 8 for 10. He missed that one. Jackson cleans it up. And it's 17-16. IU Southeast the lead by 1 and with the ball. Smith on the angle right, out front to Jackson. Jackson fakes right, comes left. Left side it comes to Jamie Johnson. His three is long. Rebound retrieved by Eberhard. Bounces it to Chitty in backcourt. Parker runs it over the line right side to Ramser out front. Left side to Fleming and out front to Eberhard. Adam nearly slid and did the splits. Regains his balance, gets it to Chitty. Out front to Ramser. High left it comes to Fleming. CJ on a drive. The fadeaway left of the lane. Not there. Jackson collects the count. Gives it up ahead to Johnson. Right side to Smith. To the basket. He lays it in.
Boy, they get it down the floor quickly. IU Southeast.
19-16. 3-point lead, Grenadiers.
2 passes and a layup.
The ball didn't hit the floor. That was the key. Ben Wire. Right side to Fleming. Out front to Eberhard. High left to Ramser. Daniel on a drive, bad pass, intercepted, and a steal by Johnson. Ramser trying to get back. Johnson to the bucket and lays it in. Jamie with his first 2. And it's 21-16. The 5-point margin equals IU Southeast's biggest lead.
There's the example of the steal right there. Steal in a basket.
Eberhard at the top for Bellarmine. High left to Chitty. A screen out front. But Chitty really doesn't use it that much. Eberhard slipped it, went towards the basket. Now to Fleming. Out high left to Wire. Bends 3. Count it from the left side of the circle. Wire with a couple of triples. 21-19.
Oh, it's a double.
Double dribble as Johnson turns it over.
That's a tough 3 being hit there. Smith was running right at him, had his hand up, but Ben still hits his second 3 of the night.
Jarrett Coles back in for Bellarmine. Also in, David Burton back for IU Southeast. Here's Chitty, right of the lane. Eberhard at the top right. Out front to Coles. Right of the circle to Ramser. Now to Eberhard at the right block. Adam hasn't dribbled. Now he does. Whips a pass to Ramser left side. Daniels' 3 is way long. Smith with the rebound for IU Southeast. Terry motors to the offensive end. Left side to Stanton. Fakes right, goes left. Forces up a shot. It doesn't go. It's all Bellarmine underneath. Ramser with the rebound. Gives to Chitty. Parker front court on the angle right. Now they swing at the Knights due to Coles. Left side underneath to Chitty. Fakes, goes out, scores, and he's fouled.
Great play.
And it will count.
Chitty got it up in the air, then kind of jumped into him and drew the foul and made the layup.
The foul is on Joe Jackson, his second. Parker Chitty with his first 2 points. And he'll try to complete a 3-point play. Buckman is back in for IU Southeast.
Bellarmine back in there with 3 guards now.
Here's Chitty's free throw, rattles, and it stayed. Took a high kick, fell down through. 22-21, Bellarmine back in front by 1. Here's Jackson from the free throw circle, just inside, knocks it down. Joe Jackson.
Can't get much easier than that.
He's got 7 points, 23-22. IU Southeast the lead. Bellarmine the ball, 8:50 to play in the half. Fleming back into the game for Bellarmine. Here's Wire trying to get it down low, batted away by Burton. Pass intended for Eberhard. Comes to Smith. His shot from the left wing, beauty. Terry Smith now has 9, and it's 25-22. IU Southeast the lead. Bellarmine in possession. They can tie it with a 3. Chitty at the high left. Gives it on the left side to Fleming. Out front to Eberhard. Now to Wire, right of the lane. Ben turns up over Jackson. Doesn't go. Burton high in the air. Boards for the Grenadiers. Gets it out to Johnson. Whips the pass into the front court and off the hand of Smith. Out of bounds. Demetrius Stanton checks back in for IU Southeast, replacing Jamie Johnson. Chavarsky Corbett comes in, replacing Wire. I'll tell you what, Mark, I don't think IU Southeast is going to lose too many games this year.
They're a pretty good team.
Yep. Fleming on the angle left. Now to Corbett, left of the circle, out front to Chitty. Right side to Coles. Coles gets a screen from Eberhard. Adam pops out to the 3-point line, gets the pass back. Cross court's left corner to Corbett. Out to Coles and out front to Eberhard, underneath to Corbett. Jaworski turns, missed one inside. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it'll come back to, nope, I thought for a second it was going to come back to Bellarmine. It still might.
I think it is.
Well, we got a timeout, though. 7:49 to play. It was all IU Southeast underneath. They had to have knocked it out.
Yep.
We'll step aside. This is Bellarmine basketball on the Louisville Catholic Sports Network.
About sports. It's easy to find the sports content you care about, right? Wrong. We're not talking about the content overload you see every day. We're talking about the teams and athletes you truly care to follow. Your sons, daughters, friends, and neighbors, no matter their level of play, professional, college, high school, there's never been a way to find this sports coverage in one place, until now. StatSub covers the teams and athletes that have all the fans but none of the coverage. Visit statsub.com for more info.
55 today.
Shooting a sizzling 59%, 10 for 17. They are not a good three-point shooting team on the year. In fact, they are only hitting at 26.5%. They make an average of just over 6 threes per game. They've made 2 so far tonight in 7 trips. Bellarmine 4 for 8 from behind the line. And it is Bellarmine's ball as play resumes. And Coles has it out front, left side to Fleming. Fleming to Eberhard, left to the key. Adam puts down a one-bounce dribble, right side to Corbett. Right corner to Fleming, out to Chitty. Above the arc, right side, he works on Berkman, drives him into the lane. Bounce pass to a cutting Coles, stripped away, stolen by IU Southeast. Jackson comes up with it to Burton, deep three, right of the circle, back of the rim, no. And Coles rebounds for Bellarmine. Knight's trying to run. Coles, right side to Chitty, right corner to Fleming, back out to Chitty, underneath to Eberhard. Left-handed shot is put up and in off the window. That's Adams' first field goal.
Yep.
25-24.
First shot.
IU Southeast by 1. And a foul against Bellarmine. It's on Coles. That's his second foul. Coach Davenport wanted a foul against IU Southeast at the other end. And it was giving a lecture there to John Boylan, who didn't look like he was too pleased to be receiving it. 7 minutes to go in the half. Here's Jackson, left side to Smith. Kelly's wing shot, beauty. It's a three, Kelly Smith. Boy, he is lighting up Bellarmine here in the first half.
And they're scoring so easy. I mean, it's 1 or 2 passes and a wide open look.
Smith averages just under 9. He's already scored 12. 28-24 IU Southeast. Coles above the arc, right side, out front to Fleming. Left side to Corbett. In the corner to Chitty. Back out front, Corbett. Right side to Coles. His pass deflected. Tried to get it to Fleming in the corner. And knocked out of bounds by IU Southeast as Ramser comes back in for Bellarmine, replacing Jarrett Coles. Only 8 seconds on the shot clock. Bellarmine needs to be aware of that. 6:33 to play in the half. Chitty in the right corner gets it into Corbett. Right side, 6 seconds to shoot. Back to Chitty. Fakes, now a step back three. In and out, War for the rebound. Volleyball around. Ramser comes down with it. Bellarmine resets. Corbett takes a pass down the lane, goes up inside and scores. Second chance points there for Bellarmine.
Big time rebound there by Ramser.
Here's Berkman, right wing, out front to Jackson. Left side to Smith. Smith dribbles across the top, and Ramser trying to go over the top of the screen to stay with him. Commits the foul, and for Daniel, that's his first. 5th on the team. Ben Wire in replacing Eberhard for Bellarmine. Berkman will inbound just off to our left here. Gets it into Stanton. Stanton on the dribble. Into the left corner to Berkman. Fumbles, regains. Back out to Stanton on the left side. Stanton puts it on the deck. And now here's a foul on Chitty, again trying to go over the top of the screen set by Deshaun Lewis. Parker commits his first foul and the team's 6th. Cody Young, who got hit with 2 fouls early for IU Southeast, is back replacing Jackson, who sits down with 2 for the Grenadiers. Young has it, gives it to Stanton. Now Young takes it, shoots a rainbow 3, left of the circle, no good. Lewis offensive rebound, back up, no, but he is fouled. Bellarmine did not get the rebound that time.
First offensive rebound IU Southeast has come up with.
Chitty with the foul, his 2nd. So that's the 7th on Bellarmine, and Deshaun Lewis, who has 3 points, will be at the line here. He'll have 2 fouled in the act. Brent Bach will come into the game for Bellarmine as Lewis hits the first free throw. Bach replaces Chitty, who leaves with 5 points and 2 fouls. Bach has been out a long time, got a seat when he fouled a 3-point shooter early in the game. Coaching staff didn't like that, so Brent sat for a while, but now back in. He can erase all of that with a couple of threes. Free throw missed there by Lewis. Bellarmine with a rebound. Trailing by 3, 5:38 to play in the half, 29-26. IU Southeast the lead here. They've led for most of this half. 5 has been their biggest lead. They've had that twice. Here's Wire at the top. Now to Ramser between the circles. Right side of the key to Fleming. Out high to Ramser. Left side to Bach. Bach to Fleming. 7 seconds to shoot. CJ left of the key to Wire. Wire back to Fleming, but threw it wide and out of bounds. Bellarmine turns it over. They were going to be up against the clock that time.
Probably weren't going to get a shot anyway.
I am very impressed by IU Southeast.
I am too. Have been every time they've come in here.
29-26. They lead. Buckman, a wide open three-pointer. He missed it though. Rebound Fleming for Bellarmine. Fleming to the offensive end to Ramser on the right wing. Out front to Bach. High right it comes to Wire. Right corner it goes to Fleming. Fleming dribbles out across to the top of the key. Here are Ramser and Stanton hitting the deck. And a foul against Stanton. That'll be his 2nd foul.
Both of them on the floor that time. It's like a tackle going on down there.
So Ramser will have 2 free throws. He's just 1 of 2 on the year from the line, and this free throw is no good. Daniel's perimeter game, just even free throws, Mark, just not right on it here at the start of the year.
It is in practice, but it hasn't been in the game yet.
Hasn't translated. Bach, Fleming, Ramser, Eberhard, and Caleb Taylor has come back in. The free throw missed again by Ramser. The ball knocked out of bounds, and last touch by Eberhard, I think. Or do they call a foul? They called a foul on Taylor. Scrapping for the rebound. First foul on Taylor, and the 8th on Bellarmine, so we walk to the other end for free throws, and it'll be the other 33, Cody Young on the line. Young, only a 33% foul shooter, just 2 of 6 on the year. And the free throw up and short. Rebound volleyball around. Young got it back. Drives, puts it up. He's fouled. And we'll have 2. Boy. Second foul on Taylor.
Played 15 minutes without giving up an offensive rebound, and now they've gotten 2 on 2 straight possessions.
Well, Coach Davenport is going to put like a hockey mark. This is like a line change. All 5 players will come in. Free throw by Young is good. So a whole new 5. Corbett, Hunter, Coles, Wire, and Chitty for Bellarmine. 30-26. IU Southeast the lead, and now it's 31-26 as Young hit his 2nd free throw. So it's 31-26, again a 5-point lead for IU Southeast. Here's Chitty at the top of the circle for Bellarmine. Right side to Corbett, looks in at Hunter, can't find him. Now to Wire, right of the circle, left side they swing it to Chitty. Chitty on a drive to the bucket, lays it in. Parker now with 7. 31-28, 3-point lead IU Southeast. Lewis, left side to Buckman. Now here's to the red-hot Kerry Smith, who has 12 points for IU Southeast. He's got it above the arc, left side. Out to Young, left of the circle. Cody hands it back to Smith. The lefty fires. Hit it again. Another three by Kerry Smith. That's his third of the game. He's got 15 points, and it's 34-28, IU Southeast with the lead. Their biggest of the night. Here's a bad pass thrown by Hunter. A steal by Jamie Jackson. Lays it up and in, and he's fouled by Hunter.
Another turnover, another steal.
Johnson with 4 points will look for 5 at the line. And with 3:49 left, a timeout has been called. And IU Southeast leads by 8, 36-28. This is Bellarmine basketball on the Louisville Catholic Sports Network. Has stunned this crowd here at Knights Hall. They are out to a 36-28 lead, shooting exceptionally well. And Mark, that's my question to you. Is it this the fact that they are just shooting so well, or is it a combination of Bellarmine's defense just not being?
Yeah, they're getting wide open looks. I mean, they're getting looks from wherever they want them, and I mean, they are hitting it pretty good. But 6 out of 9, or 4 out of 12. I mean, from the 3-point line. But they've been open looks. That's what's surprising me.
Free throw up and good by Jamie Johnson. He completes the 3-point play, and now the lead is up to 9, 37-28. Bellarmine in trouble here late in the first half. Let's see if the Knights can put something together. Here is Fleming on the angle right. Bounces it to Corbett, right of the lane. Out to Hunter, right of the circle. Hunter on the dribble across the top, leaves it for Fleming. Right side to Corbett, his 3-pointer. Got it, big shot there by Cece.
Bellarmine having a harder time getting good looks at the basket than Southeast is.
37-31. Here's a shot blocked by Corbett as Young trying to throw from the top. Bellarmine comes down with it. Fleming to the offensive end. Out front, Corbett. CC back to Fleming, right side of the circle. Fleming looking to make a move into the lane. Into the left corner to Corbett. CC faked the 3. And now throws a bad pass through it right to Jamie Johnson. He's 1-on-2. Johnson to the bucket. He missed the shot. Curls with the rebound. Falls down. And what do we have? Got a foul against Young of IU Southeast. That'll be his third.
CC had an open 3, but passed it up. And then when he stepped inside that line, he thought, oh no, this is a bad shot here because I'm right inside the line, and just made a bad pass.
But no harm because Bellarmine got the ball back. Yep. And at the line will be Jarrett Coles. And he'll shoot 2. And the first is good. He's got 3 points. 37-32. Eberhard in, replacing Hunter. Chitty will come back in a moment for Bellarmine. And Coles getting ready to try to slice into that lead. And he did. Hit the second free throw, 37-33.
Bellarmine 6 out of 10 now from the free throw line.
37-28. The 9-point margin was the biggest by IU Southeast. Here's a baseline jumper missed by Lewis of the Grenadiers. Ben Moyer with the rebound for Bellarmine. Knights attacking, down by 4. Eberhard in the left corner. Cross court, high right to Fleming. CJ across through the foul circle, gives it to Eberhard. Left side to Fleming. 2.5 to play in the half. Down low to Wire, baseline left. Ben looking to make a move. Dumps it low. Eberhard lays it in.
Great interior passing that time. Big man to big man, and Adam gets a layup.
37-35, 7 straight points for Bellarmine. Here's Cody Young.
Oh, it's a wall.
Driving down the lane, and he's down for Stokes. And IU Southeast turns it over. And just like that, Bellarmine can tie the game with a 2-pointer. David Burton and Joe Jackson back in for the Grenadiers.
It's been a game of runs. Both teams have had runs.
So Brent Bach will check back in for Bellarmine with 2:12 left here in the half. And Bach is replacing C.J. Fleming. Bellarmine had 6 guys on the court there for a second.
Shouldn't do that.
That would be giving them an unfair advantage, wouldn't it?
That's not going to work.
There's some pressure, but Chitty able to handle it. Comes across the midcourt line. Gives it to Bach on the right side. Way out front here to Eberhard. Now to Chitty on the left side. Wire comes out to set a screen. Chitty moves to the right elbow. Stops and missed the jumper. War for the rebound. Won by Jackson of IU Southeast. Joe hippity-hop to the offensive end. Pass on the left side. And here's an open three-pointer. Good from a new man in the lineup, Nick Tinsley, who knocks it down.
Just came in. One pass, a 3.
40-35, 5-point lead. IU Southeast once more. Eberhard to Wire, posting up right of the lane. Ben fakes the shot, now drives baseline. Cut off, throws it way out high to Chitty, who had to leap up to catch it. Chitty out front to Wire. Left side of the circle to Corbett. Back to Wire to a cutting Eberhard and lays it in again.
Perfect, they saw that one.
40-37, 3-point lead, IU Southeast. Here's Tinsley between the circles. Right side it comes to Jackson. Jackson will stop and fire a 3. Off the mark. Corbett with the rebound. Gives it up now to Chitty. Back to Corbett, front court, left side. Jaworski down the lane. The runner is partially blocked. It comes out to Jackson. Up ahead it goes to Smith, and he lays it in. Robert Johnson with the pass to Smith, who now has 17 points here in the first half. 42-37. IU Southeast with the lead. Here's Wire giving it out high right to Eberhard. A looping pass, left sideline, it comes to Chitty. 30 seconds to play in the half. Left side to Bach, now out front to Chitty. Pass inside, stolen away by IU Southeast, and a foul against Parker Chitty, stopping a fast break, but committing his 3rd foul.
Definitely going to be a layup if they don't foul right there.
This will be 2 free throws here for Nick Tinsley. He'll have a pair. 9 has been the biggest lead for IU Southeast. Bellarmine cut it down to 2, and now it's back up to 5 again. First free throw missed by Tinsley. Fleming and Ramser back for Bellarmine, replacing Chitty and Corbett. Bellarmine, owners of a 44-game winning streak here at Knights Hall, trailing here late in the half, 42-37. Austin Sappingfield, a 6'9 freshman from Terre Haute, checks in for the first time for IU Southeast.
10 turnovers, Bellarmine.
Free throw by Tinsley is good, so he's got 4 points. 43-37, 6-point lead for IU Southeast. Fleming to Eberhard in backcourt, now to Fleming across the time stripe. Bellarmine needs to get a bucket or get to the line here. Here's Bach with it, coming around from left to right, dribbles high right, a pass to Wire, fumbles, regains, but a foul against Sappingfield. Just came in, and now he has 1 foul, and Wire will go to the line.
It's 5 seconds, so IU Southeast can score no problem in 5 seconds.
I was thinking the same thing. Bellarmine needs to be awake defensively because they can get it to the offensive end in a hurry. 2 shots here for Wire, and the first is all over the rim, but it fell in. It's good now. 43-38, just like he would have swished it through. 15. Jordan Noble in for the first time, a freshman from Charlestown, Indiana, for IU Southeast. Ben Wire with 7 points, looking for 8 here at the line. And Wire's second shot is spinning out of there. The rebound collected by Jamie Johnson. Here he comes to the offensive end. He lets it fly. Off the mark and no good. And that is the end of the first half. And IU Southeast has the lead. It's the Grenadiers 43 and Bellarmine 38. Felton Spencer puts the headset on and will join us for just a moment. Felton, we'll keep you a long time here because I don't know if you want to be in the locker room here at halftime, but defensively, what was the problem for Bellarmine? Because it seemed like IU Southeast was getting a lot of open shots.
We're not pressing up on defense like we talked about doing in the game. We know they like to shoot a lot of threes. They'll shoot it from anywhere on the court. Defensively, we've broken down and we've gone under screens instead of chasing them like we normally do. So we've got to get our guys to get up into them and run them off the three-point line, make them put the ball on the floor. We've got all the help out there in the middle, so if we make them put on the floor, they're going into the help where we can shut them down.
Are you pleased with any aspect of the offense that you played in the first half?
We didn't play any offense in the first half. We just came up, we threw the ball from side to side. We never went downhill trying to get to the bucket. We didn't attack them. We stayed on the perimeter and let them make us take jump shots and settle for long threes deep into the clock. And that's really not how we play basketball. We always want to attack, get into the box area, get into the paint, kick the ball out for threes. That's how you get them open, and we didn't do any of that in the first half.
All right, that'll sum it up. We'll see what happens in the second half. Thanks for coming out. We appreciate it.
All the people around me really made me feel like I always had someone to go to.
Everybody's got a friendly smile. Everybody looks excited to go to class, and like professors even stop in the quad to talk to you, and that's something that you don't find everywhere.
When someone asks you how your day is, they actually want to know.
That connectedness kind of pushes everyone as a collective group to be something more.
You can talk to anyone on campus and they'll tell you that the thing that they love most is the small class sizes and things like that, so that they can really understand and perfect what they're learning and then take it and utilize it in whatever they want to do with it.
My teachers are amazing. They go out of their way to make sure we achieve our goals.
Bellarmine professors not only want you to succeed within the classroom, but outside of the classroom. Campus life is exciting and welcoming and fun.
There's always something going on. Every student is passionate about what they do or what they want to do.
Everyone feels a sense of belonging at Bellarmine, and everyone feels a sense of community.
I know that Bellarmine really cares about whether or not their students can afford the university, and they go out of their way to make sure they can afford the university.
They do an excellent job of making sure that students who need financial aid and things like that get it in any way that they can.
Study abroad is so accessible for students at Bellarmine.
This next semester I'm studying abroad in Spain, so they've done a lot to get me involved. They actually got me a job teaching English to students over there.
Last winter, I actually got to go to London and Dublin, and I fell in love with both places, and that wouldn't have been possible without Bellarmine.
I don't think I would be who I am today without Bellarmine University.
I look at this place and it's home. It's really allowed me to see things from different angles and different sides of things.
It definitely gives me a variety of perspectives, and that's what I value most about it.
The community is so welcoming and hospitable that no matter where you're from or who you are, you can feel at home.
Birds
Knights Nation is great because it allows everyone to get involved on campus, regardless of where they come from. They don't have to be just athletes. And really, we welcome anyone with open arms to come out and support our teams.
As a student athlete myself, it's really important that people come out to the game and support all the hard work you do, not just for the games on the field, but off the field in the classroom. It's really awesome when we see coaches and players happy after games, not only because they won, but so many people showed up, and knowing that we had a little hand in that is really cool to walk away with.
What I really love about it is that we have so much love at this school, and we got enthusiasm, cheerful people, and Knights Nation does its best to channel that enthusiasm, to our sports teams. We get all kinds of people out at soccer games, basketball games, lacrosse games, field hockey games, softball games, baseball games. But we have a great time doing it, and it's a great organization, and it's one of the many reasons I love Bellarmine University.
My name is Patricia. I'm from Belfast in Northern Ireland, and I'm studying here at Bellarmine because I wanted a small community. I wanted to make loads of new friends and just become involved on campus and off campus as well. The first thing I saw was St. Robert's Gate, and it looked absolutely gorgeous. And then you could see the soccer pitch. And I was just so excited for my year here. I'm usually quite busy, so I don't have that much time to talk to them, but I would say to them, I'm having such a great time and I don't want to come home.
Here at Bellarmine, and Coach Riley Brown already has his Grenadiers out on the floor, warming up at the basket down to our right, and why wouldn't he? He has to be very pleased to see his club out in front here by 5 points, 43-38. As we mentioned, Chris Whitehead is our guest here at halftime, former Bellarmine player here, and are you as mystified maybe as some of the fans here tonight watching this first half?
Yes, it's been a crazy first half, I would say. I just noticed with the IUS has 7 steals, so it's leading to all transition layups. So, and that, from the looks of it, that's their strength: dribble, weave, and just getting in transition and letting the athletes play.
I was going to say, it's kind of like that's what they do. Their three-point shooting is good tonight for them, but still only 31%. They're only 27% from behind the line through the season. Now, again, it's 5 games. It's a small sample size, but you've got to make them try to beat you from the perimeter.
Yes, sir. Like you said, it's a small sample size, but I think to win the game, you just want them to shoot contested three-pointers or contested jump shots, because getting to the rim is just been easy. Layups and stuff like that. Like you said, in transition, they're getting the steals. They don't have to worry about shooting a jump shot or running a play.
Felton Spencer talked here before he went in the locker room. I asked about the offense, and he said we didn't play any offense in the first half because there was no as he termed it, downhill attack at the basket, more side to side. Is that what you saw also?
Yes, sir. I would have to say the same thing. Lack of paint touches, because, I mean, Bellarmine, we move the ball well and always get assists. I don't know the assist to turnover ratio, but I don't feel like people's driving straight line to the rim and getting paint touches, because that just leads to open passes.
I would think, too, Eberhard has to get touches most of the time.
We still want him to play Bellarmine basketball, just that's what we do here, but we want him to be aggressive as well. I think he's just been a little bit too passive. Trying to get the teammates involved is never a bad thing, because you can't win without your teammates, but we just need him to be aggressive and make plays, not necessarily score.
Yeah, that's my point. He is a very good passer.
Yeah, he's a very good basketball player, passer, and a shooter, so we just need him to make plays for us. I think right now, I think Adam leads, just leads us. He leads by example. If he can lead by example, the guys will follow.
Speaking of teammates, you're trying to hook on overseas, right?
Yes, sir.
What's that look like?
Right now, I'm just waiting on my agent, just kind of trying to figure things out and see what's my next move, like team and the best opportunity for me and at this point in my career. So me and Jeremy Kendall is on the same agency. So and he's doing well over in Australia, signed with the NBL team. So just kind of work hard and wait on my moment so I can take an advantage.
Staying in shape?
Yes, sir. Taking advantage. Staying in shape. About to start trying to condition with the boys and see how they go. Yes, sir.
You'll be able to teach them some things.
Yeah, and I can learn from them as well. So
we appreciate you coming by.
Yes,
Thank you, and good luck with that.
Thank you for having me.
All right, that's Chris Whitehead hoping to get his pro career rolling here. We'll come back and continue on at halftime. This is Bellarmine basketball on the Louisville Catholic Sports Network. We will see if the Bellarmine Knights can put something together here in the early stages of the second half. They're trailing by 5, 43-38. We'll have the second half for you in just a moment. This is Bellarmine basketball on the Louisville Catholic Sports Network.
For the first time in my life, I am
The second half underway, and it begins just like it ended almost for IU Southeast. A three by Jamie Johnson makes it 46-38. Bellarmine trailing. Second half just underway. Here's a drive by Daniel Ramsey, attacking the rim, and he lays it in. Ramsey with 4 cuts the lead down to 6 at 46-40. 9 has been the biggest lead for IU Southeast, and that was 37-28. Stanton now to Cody Young, left side of the circle, left side to Kerry Smith, who has 17 points. Got to watch him. Out to Young. His deep three is good from the left side. Cody Young hits just his 3rd 3 of the season. 49-40 matches the biggest lead for IU Southeast. Eberhard, left side of the circle, out front to Coles, fumbles, regains it, bounces to Wire, right of the lane. Wire facing up on Young, who has 3 fouls. Wire backs him down, turns, muscles it up, no good. Rams over the rebound, out to back, and now out front to Coles. 5 seconds to shoot. Coles on a drive, left it short. Wire rebound, up, no good. No whistle. Bellarmine thought there was a foul there. We go the other way. Off to Smith. He drives, banks it, and a charge against Kerry Smith.
Adam right there to take that one.
First foul on Kerry Smith. 49-40.
Great hustle by Eberhard to get down the floor in time to take that one.
Bellarmine practiced yesterday, and Coach Davenport was not happy at all with the way that practice went. And he was warning them that they were ripe here to get caught against this team. And right now, IU Southeast thinking upset here at Knights Hall. Into the right corner to Wire. Out high right to Bach. Out of Coles on the left wing. They get it to Eberhard. There's his touch. He drives it into the lane. Passes to a cutting Bach. Put it on the floor. Bounced it and laid it in.
Great pass. Adam Eberhard. Assist number 3.
49-42. Bellarmine down 7. IU Southeast with the ball. Stanton on the angle right, being dogged by Wire and Coles. Cross-court pass left side to Johnson. He fakes, goes around Ramser, misses the shot. It comes long. It's loose, saved and bounced by Coles. Up ahead to Bach, to Eberhard, and I think he walked. He did. Adam, I think Mark was thinking, should I pass it to the left or go to the basket?
Yeah, just he's always looking to pass first, and the lane got closed on him there, the passing lane, and caused him to walk.
49-42, 7-point lead for the Grenadiers. 4-1 on the season, coached by the former Louisville Cardinal Riley Brown. Cody Young at the top of the circle. On the left side to Joe Jackson. Jackson dribbles to the left of the key. A step-back force jumper, no good, and the ball knocked out of bounds. And last touch by Bellarmine. Lucas Berkman has snuck into the game here on us for IU Southeast. He played in the first half, has 2 points. Lucas gets it into the left corner to Stanton, way out to Jackson. Thought about the 3, now drives to the foul circle. Now to Young out front. Right side to Johnson, 6 seconds to shoot. Jamie on a drive, underhand scoop is left it short, and Eberhard cleans it up. Gets it ahead to Coles. Jarek attacks the rim, but lost the ball. Retrieved by Buckman. Up it goes to Johnson. Jamie to the bucket and lays it in.
Golly, another steal, another layup.
10 points for Jamie Johnson, and the lead up to 9 again, 51-42. Eberhard, the inbounds to Ramser. Daniel starts up, comes up with a time stripe, hands to Bach. Now out front to Eberhard. Adam at the top of the key, out front to Wire. Wire, a pass to Ramser. Right side of the circle, now to Bach. Right corner, down low to Eberhard. Faces up, looking to make a move. Passes underneath to Ramser, but a whistle and a foul against Jamie Johnson. His first foul, and the second on the team. Chitty in replacing Coles for Bellarmine.
Second foul on IU Southeast. You can see that Bellarmine's determined to try to get the ball inside every time down now this half.
Chitty gets it down to Ramser, right wing, out front to Wire. Looks in at Eberhard. Right side it comes to Ramser, hands to Bach, coming around from left to right. Into the right corner he dribbles, 5 seconds to shoot. Out front to Wire, his 3-pointer on the way, no good. Ramser offensive rebound, puts it in. Daniel at 6, 51-44. 7-point lead, IU Southeast. There's a pass on the left corner to Johnson. He drives the baseline, left the layup short. Ramser rebounds, gets it to Chitty. Chitty runs it over the stripe, down the right side against Stanton. Out to Wire, Ben open for a 3-pointer. Off the mark, Berkman rebounds. Outlet pass to Johnson. He attacks the rim. Puts it up. No, but a whistle and a foul against Bellarmine. It's on Ramser. That'll be his second foul. And the team's first, and gets us to our first timeout. 15:45 to play. IU Southeast leads Bellarmine 51-44. This is Bellarmine basketball on the Louisville Catholic Sports Network.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun. No one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Do you have a financial
Southeast leads Bellarmine 51-44 with 15:45 to go. And mark some of the numbers here. Points off turnovers. IUSE 13-2 advantage over Bellarmine. Bellarmine's turned it over 12 times.
That's what Southeast does every game. Looks like so far, and every game except one, and that was the game they lost.
Jamie Johnson on the line. The lefty misses the free throw. He'll have one more. Yeah, the game they lost was at the Cumberlands.
Yeah.
And that was 77-70, and the Cumberlands only had 9 turnovers in that game. Johnson, the lefty, puts it up and short, but a rebound to Bergman in the lane. Brings it back out of there. So a second chance opportunity for IU Southeast. High right to Cody Young, guarded by Wire. Now left side, they swing it to Stanton. Stanton on the dribble, loops a pass to Young, right of the circle, looks at pass down low. It's fumbled, regained by Jackson, lays it in. Joe Jackson, good hands, made the catch, stuck it in.
Boy, off a missed free throw.
53-44, 9-point lead once again for IU Southeast. Rams are dribbling it out front, leaves it high right for Bach. A screen out front from Wire, but Bach goes away from it out near midcourt. Now to Chitty, Parker attacks. Right corner to Bach, in the corner to Ramser. Now to Wire, facing up on the right baseline. Loops a pass out to Bach, left side to Eberhard. Fakes left, goes right, and a charge. We're pushed off. Eberhard commits the foul. That'll be his first. Here comes Corbett, Fleming, and Coles for Bach, Ramser, and Eberhard for Bellarmine. Bellarmine's tried a lot of different combinations here, Mark, and none of them have really clicked here at the moment.
Yep, trying everything. That's everything they got.
That offensive foul counts as another turnover. Here is Jackson at the top of the circle. Dribbles to the high left, hands it to Johnson. Now to Stanton. His high arcing three is off the mark. Wire tips the rebound out to Fleming. Now off to Chitty. Parker runs it over the time stripe. Out high left it goes to Wire. Now to Coles. Right side to Fleming. CJ pulls the trigger and hits a three. His third of the game.
3 for 3 from the three-point line, CJ is.
Bellarmine cuts the lead to 6, and now the Knights need to dig in defensively. Jackson on the angle right, guarded by Corbett. There's a drive by Jackson. He lost it, and a steal by Corbett. Gives to Fleming. Bellarmine attacking. Fleming, front court, on the angle left. Gives it up to Corbett. CC brings it back out. Now to CJ left of the lane. Fleming pull up 10-footer. Got it. 5 straight points for CJ Fleming. And it's a 4-point IU Southeast lead. This crowd at Knights Hall says, come on. Timeout, IU Southeast. And now the Knights runners up and applauding. It's a full timeout, so we'll step aside. 53-49 IU Southeast, 13:49 to go. This is Bellarmine basketball on the Louisville Catholic Sports Network.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win,
I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Stay with us later in the broadcast. We'll have our Buckhead Heating and Cooling Hot Player of the Game, all part of the Knights Travel post-game show. So 5 straight points marked from C.J. Fleming, and Bellarmine is back to within 4 after trailing by 9 on multiple occasions here.
Yep, need 2 or 3 more stops now.
Buckman will inbound, sideline right, gets it into Stanton. He goes baseline, dumps it off down low. Young has it. He's surrounded by 4 Bellarmine players. Gets it out there to Buckman. Now to Stanton, to Jackson in the paint. Back out to Buckman, a 3-pointer. Spun out of there, rebound knocked out of bounds. And last touch by Corbett. Bellarmine couldn't get the rebound.
Yep, CC was there, just couldn't grab it.
Bellarmine is out-rebounding the Grenadiers, 25-20, but they couldn't get that one. Buckman looking to get it in, baseline right, does to Stanton. Stanton on the angle right, brings it out high to the top of the circle, right side to Jackson. Jackson against Corbett, he goes baseline, put it up and in, and he's fouled. Yes, and it will count for Joe Jackson.
Good move by Jackson that time.
Fouls against Corbett.
Went baseline and shot it with 2 guys on it.
2 fouls on Jabarski Corbett. Joe Jackson has 11 points. Will look for 12 at the line. And he got it. So he's got a dozen, and it's now a 7-point lead, 56-49, just like that. IU Southeast counters a 3-point run there. And here's a bench warning against Bellarmine. Coach Davenport is barking. Here's Kerry Smith back in, replacing Lucas Berkman. So Bellarmine will take it out of bounds here on the sideline, left side. 25 seconds to shoot. Chitty inbounds to Coase, way out near midcourt. Now to Chitty, off on the angle right. Comes toward the top of the key, out front to Wire. Wire puts down a 1-bounce dribble, hands to Coase. He attacks the rim, goes up and lays it in.
Wow, Jerry took that one in there strong. People bouncing off of him that time.
56-51. IU Southeast the lead in the ball, 13 minutes to go. There's a drive by Stanton. His runner is blocked by Corbett. Retrieved though by the Grenadiers. Johnson, he's got it now at the top of the circle, and he's going up the steps. So IU Southeast turns it over. And Bellarmine in possession now. With 12:51 to go. The Knights have won 34 in a row here at Knights Hall. Here's Jared Osborne, the former Bullet East player, freshman from Mount Washington, is into the game for the first time, replacing Jamie Johnson. Coase will bring it up for Bellarmine, throws it over the stripe to Wire, left side to Chitty, inside the hash, left side, goes to the free throw line, now to Corbett, spins left of the lane, out front to Chitty, Parker fakes, goes into the lane and lays it in. Osborne to score that time off the dribble. Bellarmine back to within 3, 56-53, 12 and a half to play. Here's Stanton driving, and a charge. Stood in there and took the charge, and CJ was fired up.
He'll take one a game, it seems like. Yeah, CJ's hit that big 3, and then a little baseline shot kind of got Bellarmine revitalized, and they've been...
Fleming is like a bulldog.
He really is.
56-53. He's got it now, deep on the right sideline. Fakes left and goes right. Doesn't shoot it. Loops it out to Wire. Bends 3-pointer. That's his goal. And we're tied at 56 as we near the 12-minute mark. Stanton driving. Step back foul line. Jumper, he hit it.
Boy, kind of shoved off Jarrett Cole that time.
Just like that, 58-56, IU Southeast. But Bellarmine with a little momentum here. Let's see if they can keep it rolling. Chitty, right side of the circle. Into the right corner to Corbett. His three-pointer is a little long. Tipped off by Lyle, right to Jackson of IU Southeast. Hands it back to Stanton. Throws it right side to Osborne. Osborne out to Jackson. 11 and a half to play in the game. Stanton against Coles. High left to Smith. Kelly out front to Jackson. Back to Smith. The lefty fires right in the circle. Hit him over him. Kelly Smith has not missed tonight. 8 of 8 from the field. And 4 of 4 from the three-point line. 61-56. The lead is 5 once more after Bellarmine had it tied at 56 all. Wire on the angle right. Ben with a drive on Cody Young. Put it up no good. But he is fouled with 11:07 to go. The foul is on Young. That is his fourth. And that'll bring us to our timeout. 11:07 left. IU Southeast leading Bellarmine 61-56. This is Bellarmine basketball on the Louisville Catholic Sports Network.
With Thornton.
From Ben Wire that tied the game. Bellarmine,
which was an assist by C.J. Fleming,
equaled the game, knotted it up at 56 all, but then 5 straight points by Indiana Southeast, including the fourth 3 of the game from Kerry Smith. He is 8 for 8 from the field, 4 of 4 from the three-point line, has 20 points, 3 assists in 22 minutes of playing time. Now, how do you defend him and also not totally mess up your entire defensive scheme here?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you put a guy on him and just say, don't worry about anything else except that guy. Do not let him get the ball.
Ben Wire.
But if you don't practice that, I don't know how difficult that is.
Ben Wire hit the first free throw. He now has 11. Looking for 12 here. They can cut the lead down to 3. And he's got it. So Wire with a dozen. 61-58. Ramsey and Everhard to come back in for Bellarmine at the next dead ball. Stanton for the Grenadiers. Hands it back to Joe Jackson. Stops and fires from just inside the three-point line. Right side. He missed it. Rebound to Wire of Bellarmine. Gets it ahead to Coles. Out front to Fleming. Fleming hands to Coles at the top right. Gives it to Fleming right wing. Out front to Chitty. 15 seconds on the shot clock. 10 and a half to play in the game. Here's Coles working at long range for Bellarmine. Stops and launches a 3. Back of the rim, no good. Worth of the rebound, won by Stanton. Up to Osborne, left side for IU Southeast. Cross courts it to Jackson. Right side it comes to Kerry Smith, and here's a foul against Chitty. That's 4 on Parker and 4 on the team. Ramsey and Everhard replace Corbett and Chitty for Bellarmine. Jamie Johnson to inbound along the right sideline for IU Southeast. The inbounds comes to Jackson, right back to Johnson, into the left corner to Smith. He nearly lost it, regains it, and now is trapped on the sideline and calls a timeout. Yep. 30-second timeout will stay here. 10-17 to play in the game, and IU Southeast with 15 seconds on the shot clock when play will resume.
Southeast got away with a walk that time through the lane. That's what.
Bellarmine has turned it over 13 times.
Yeah, only 3 this half.
and IU Southeast only 9, but 8 steals for IU Southeast to only 1 for Bellarmine. Bellarmine has the edge in points in the paint and in bench points, but IU Southeast has the edge everywhere else. Bellarmine leads the rebounding, 25-23. All right, play back in. Here's Stanton at the top of the circle off the inbounds pass. A three-pointer down the road by Demetrius Stanton. That brings the lead out to 6 again. 64-58, 10 minutes to play in the game. Fleming on the angle left, out front to Wire. Now to Ramser, top right to Coles on the angle right side. Jarrett to the right of the lane, right side to Everhard. Adam drives into the paint. They trap him, steal it. Deshaun Lewis came up with the steal. Up ahead it goes to Johnson. Lays it up, no good, but a foul against Bellarmine. I think it's Ben Wire who's chasing, trying to get the block. That's Ben's first foul. That's 5 on the team. They trapped on Everhard that time too when he moved through the lane there.
Just had 3 guys around him. They just reached in and knocked it away.
Johnson on the line for a pair.
Their interior defense is really good. Their hands are just everywhere. We've had a hard time making pass to pass inside that paint.
Johnson hit the first free throw. He's got 11 points. And he missed that one. Wire with the rebound. 7-point lead for IU Southeast. 9:40 to go. Here's Fleming deep on the angle. Out front to Everhard. And now to Ramser at the top of the circle. Left side to Coles. To Wire. Left of the lane against Jackson. Then drives to the baseline. Can't go with it. Needs help. Way out front to Coles. 10 seconds to shoot. Coles on the dribble. Down the left of the lane he motors. Lays it up. Left it short. Everhard missed the follow. Rolled off the front side of the rim. Here comes IU Southeast with Jackson. Right side to Johnson. 9:10 to go. 7-point lead for IU Southeast. Number 19 team in the NAIA Division II. Deep three missed left of the circle by Stanton, and Bellarmine with the rebound. Everhard to Coles at the top of the circle. Everhard right side of the lane. Dribbles to the foul circle. Back to Coles deep on the right. Right corner to Ramser. Looks in at Wire. Out to Coles instead. To Fleming. Left side leaves it for Everhard. Adams 3. Left it long. And the rebound to Stanton. 8:40 to go. And there's a knock away by Ramser. Right to Fleming. CJ in a hurry. Lays it up and in. Fleming has scored 13. And it's 65-60. But credit Ramser with the poke away. Let's see if that could swing the momentum. Comes with 8:23 to go. Here's Stanton, right side to Smith. His three is off the mark. He missed it. Rebound loose on the deck, and Lewis slid on the floor and knocked it out of bounds. It'll come back to Bellarmine. Well, I figured Smith would finally miss one.
It looked awful good all the way.
What more disturbing to me was Lewis out-hustled Bellarmine to get to the ball, and he just slid out of bounds with it. There was no Bellarmine player there to rebound.
Yeah, I don't think he had a chance of getting it, though. Bellarmine knew it was off of them.
65-60. Bellarmine trailing, but with the ball.
Chitty back in for C.J. Fleming with those 4 fouls.
Coles between the circles on a drive. Gets it to the free throw lane. Dumps it off. Everhard brought the lane in. Coles goes a little deep sometimes in the lane, but he got it to Everhard to put it in. 65-62, 3-point lead, IU Southeast. Cody Young is back in the lineup for the Grenadiers. He bounces it once, gives it to Smith out front. Left side it goes to Johnson. The ball goes out of bounds. And
it should be their ball. Bellarmine blocked it.
Bellarmine will get it though.
Oh, wow.
IU Southeast is furious. Wiley Brown doesn't like the call. We'll step aside. 7:40 to go. The Grenadiers lead Bellarmine 65-62. This is Bellarmine basketball on the Louisville Catholic Sports Network. at Knights Hall, and Bellarmine's 44-game winning streak on the line. They trail 65-62 and got a break here a moment ago when it appeared that they blocked a shot by IU Southeast and it was out of bounds off Bellarmine, but the Knights get possession and now start up with 7:35 to play. Trailing by 3, 65-62. The Knights have won 44 in a row here at Knights Hall, second longest streak in the country. Ryle open for a 3, straight on net, he got it!
Haven't stopped that play all night. He said he tried to stop that.
We are tied at 65 with 7:15 to go. Stanton works to the right of the lane, in the paint. Out to Johnson, his 3 left side, short. Overhead with the rebound, being hit by Young in the backcourt, and Young has fouled out. He didn't mean to do it. He accidentally hit Overhead up around the head, but Young fouls out with 7:07 to go, and leaves with 5 points.
Yeah, not a big factor. 5 points, 2 rebounds. That's
65 all here. Coach Davenport wants the officials to take a look at the replay because he thought Everhard got hit above the shoulder area up around the head.
I'm really not even sure he got hit. Adam, I mean, he puts on a pretty good act, and I think he might have just brushed his face.
How about Ben Wire hitting some threes? He and C.J. Fleming. Fleming has scored 7 points in this half. Wire has scored 8.
Yeah, Ben 3 out of 6 from the three-point line. That's all of his points have been from the 3.
Coles takes the inbounds pass, comes to the offensive end. 7 minutes to go. We're tied at 65. Rams are on the angle right to Everhard, right side of the circle. Adam drives on Jackson, puts it up, blocked beautifully. That time getting the hook. Defense was Lewis up ahead to Johnson. Missed the layup and Ryle with the rebound. Overhead pass to Everhard. Bounced off his head and shoulder. Adam caught it and now gets it to Chitty. Out front to Wire. Now out front to Chitty once more. Chitty works to the right at long range. To Everhard, right of the circle. Adam puts it on the deck. Left corner to Wire. Ben's three-pointer. Long that time. Lewis with the rebound. Outlets to Smith. Front court on the left side. Gives it back to Stanton. Demetrius shoots a deep 3. Well off the mark. And a foul call. It is on Jackson. IU Southeast.
Wally Brown up on that one. Didn't like that call.
He is gesturing at the official, John Garland. Here's a whistle, and now the other official, one of the two, Chris Fuller.
Another warning.
Chris Fuller and Riley Brown join.
Which means nothing.
It's a coach's box warning, and Riley just kind of waves his hand in disgust at Fuller. 65 all. Bellarmine with the ball. 6:10 to go. We're at Knights Hall, where Bellarmine has won 44 in a row. But they are in a battle here, that's for sure. Here's Everhard. Back there, cut. Rams
Set play again on it. Commotion there. Beautiful play by the Knights.
67-65. And here's a foul against Coles of Bellarmine. That's his third. Each team has 6. So the next one for each team, either team, it'll be the bonus. Bellarmine, they haven't led in a long time. They are up now, 67-65 with 5:48 left, and here's a whistle, and Chitty, that time draws a foul from Corey Smith. That's his second. That's player control, so no bonus here. And it'll be Bellarmine to come the length of the floor, leading 67-65. Coles gets it into Chitty and right back to Coles. The Knights with the lead on the bucket by Ramser a moment ago. 5:40 to go. A lot of time. Coles across the time stripe, now down the left side of the lane, and Everhard got tangled up there with Johnson. But the foul is on Joe Jackson, and that'll be his 4th foul. So IU Southeast is getting some foul trouble. Young is on the bench already, fouled out with 5, and Joe Jackson has 4. Chitty has 4 for Bellarmine. Everhard is on the line for the Knights, and he'll shoot the 1-and-1. And the first is good. Everhard with 10 points.
Okay, let's keep track of how many we hit in a row here down this stretch. 5:36 to go. It's the largest lead. Bellarmine led by 3 at 17:44 mark, and now they lead by 4.
As Everhard hit the second one, 69-65. Does IU Southeast have any more magic left? 5.5 to go. They trail by 4 with the ball. Stanton, high right it comes to Jamie Johnson. Fakes right and goes left against Ramser. Underhand skip in the lane, left it short. Everhard with the rebound. Dribbles behind his back to keep it away from Jackson. Picks up the dribble now, and a whistle as Johnson came in to try and steal it, but Everhard called a timeout. And let's see if they're going to say this is a 30 or a full. 30-second timeout, so we'll hold it right here. Well, Mark, what's turned it here? C.J. Fleming and Ben Wire. Huh?
Yep, C.J. Really played well, took a charge, had an assist to Ben for a 3, hit a 3 himself. I think C.J.'s really turned the momentum for the Knights. He's out right now. He's got Parker Chitty in his place, but C.J. will be right back in there as soon as Parker gets his 5th foul.
You think that's imminent?
It's going to happen, yeah.
Wire has hit 4 threes tonight, but 2 in each half.
But the biggest thing this half, Bellarmine's only committed 4 turnovers. Only has 4 turnovers. They had 10 the first half, but only 4 so far this half, and that's what's got them back in the game. That and some 3-point shooting by C.J. and Ben.
So, as play resumes, 23 seconds on the shot clock, 5:15 in the game. Ramser put the Knights ahead, and since then, they've tacked on a couple of more points. 2 free throws by Everhard.
That's a foul.
And there's Terry Smith fouling Coles in the backcourt, and that's 3 fouls on Smith. So the Grenadiers now have been whistled for 9. They need to kind of keep their poise here. Riley Brown is not mad about that call. He knows that was a foul.
Yeah, they're losing their poise a little bit, and they've taken a couple bad shots here the last 2 possessions, too.
Coles will have 1-and-1. On the year, 75%. He missed it, though, and the rebound high in the air, rebounded by Stanton. Hustles to the offensive end, works on Coles, bounces low to Jackson, down low against Everhard, hooks it up and in with the right hand. Joe Jackson has 14 points, 69-67, Bellarmine by 2, 4:55 left. Here's Coles at the top left, hands to Ramser way out front, now to Chitty at the top right. Right wing to Wire, out to Chitty, pass on the left side to Coles, faking, doesn't shoot, out front Chitty, high right to Wire, then puts it on the floor, needs help, leaves it out for Coles. Jarrett stops and launches, misses the 3. And Smith collects the rebound for IU Southeast. He motors ahead. Here's his run over Wire. No good, but Jackson grabs the rebound. Clears it way out to Burton. Bad pass and a steal by Coles. He drives, and Jarrett is hit by Burton and fouled. And Coles will go to the free throw line. You know, I said bad pass, but I'm more inclined to give Coles credit for jumping in there.
Shot the gap and got that one.
Jumping in there to make the steal.
Jarek missed his last front end of the bonus and missed his last 3-point shot.
He'll have 2 free throws here.
Needs to come back and hit these 2.
And he missed. So he'll get another one. Coles just 2 of 4 from the line. Bellarmine 75% from the line as a team coming into today's game after just 2 games. Coles fires and hits. So Jarek now with 7, and Bellarmine's lead is 3, 70-67, as we near the 4-minute mark to play in the game. Stanton at the top right, right side to Johnson, guarded by Ramser, out front to Stanton, left side to Smith. Smith has taken only 2 shots in this half.
Yeah.
He drives it into the lane, now forces one up and in. He got another inbound. He's got 22, and the lead is down to 1, 70-69. Bellarmine, 3:50 to go. Coles across for Bellarmine. Dribbles to the left elbow, out front to Wire. His 3-pointer, swish! He's the Fort Thomas flamethrower.
They keep running the same play in Southeast. isn't realizing it.
Here's Stanton trying to counter. He hits a three from the top of the circle. 10 points for Stanton. 73-72 Bellarmine, 3:25 left. You cannot relax for a second when Southeast has the ball. Coles gets a screen from Wire. Jack drives it, had an opening. Cross comes out to Wire, left side to Coles. Down to Eberhard, to a cutting Ramsey, lays it in.
Ramsey just moving so well without the basketball, and Adams finding him every time.
75-72, Bellarmine by 3. 3 minutes to go. Here is Johnson driving left of the lane, and here's a whistle.
Yep.
Fleming took another charge. That's the second one that he has taken. Johnson with his second foul of the game. 2:56 left. Will step aside and then come back. Bellarmine by 3, 75-72. This is Bellarmine basketball on the Louisville Catholic Sports Network.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Bellarmine Knights leading IU Southeast 75-72. Bellarmine's 44-game home winning streak on the line. Their last loss here was December 13 of 2014 when they lost to Florida Southern 101-96. They've had a couple of close calls, a 3-point overtime win over Lewis a few years back, a 2-point win over Quincy a couple of years ago, and they're in a battle here against IU Southeast. Here's the inbounds pass to C.J. Fleming, who's played great for Bellarmine in his first game as a Knight here at Knights Hall. And he lost the double. The ball goes into the backcourt. It's an over and back. That's only Fleming's second turnover of the game and only his third of the season.
Yeah. He did not comfortable the whole time he had it.
75-72, the Grenadiers can tie it with a 3. Burton in the left corner, out to Smith. Smith now has hit 4 threes for IU Southeast. Stanton has hit 2. Here's Jackson, he fakes the 3, drives, puts it up over Wire, partially blocked, late call. They're going to call it on Wire.
Probably was a foul, but yeah, pretty late.
I think he fouled him, but it was late. Joe Jackson will be on the line for IU Southeast. He's a good foul shooter for the year, 81.8%.
Good player.
Former Fern Creek Tiger hits the free throw. He's got 15 points. He was fouled in the act, so he gets 2. 75-73. Bellarmine by 2. Here's the next one. Good again by Jackson.
12 out of 19 Southeast from the charity stripe.
Coles looking to get it in against full court pressure. Comes into Ramser, back to Fleming, and now to Coles. And Jerk will bring it up. Bellarmine needs to get a good shot here. 2:15 left. Ramser on the angle left, out front to Fleming, right side to Coles. He drives it inside, lays it up. He missed it.
Oh, and there's a late call.
But there's a foul call, maybe on Jackson. If it is,
wow,
that's his 4th. It is, and it is.
That's a big call right there. Jackson's been a pretty important part of this Southeast squad tonight.
Fouls out with 2:07 remaining. And with 16 points. So they've lost, IU Southeast has lost Young with fouls, and now Jackson with fouls. And somehow Parker Chitty
is hanging in there with 4 fouls.
Well, he was on the bench, so he can't foul from there. but he's going to come in now.
Jackson he just learned that he fouled out. I didn't think he knew. They just told him he fouled out. The coaches did.
So Coles will be on the line. Lucas Brockman is in for IU Southeast. They have Stanton and Lewis and Johnson and Smith out there. Bellarmine has Eberhard, Wire, Ramser, and Chitty, along with Coles, who's on the line. Jarek, 3 of 5 from the stripe, will shoot 2. And the first is good. He's got 8 points. 76-74, Bellarmine. 2:07 to play. Free throw up by Coles, perfect. So Jarek, 5 of 7 from the line, 77-74. There's the inbounds to Stanton. As we near the 2-minute mark, Stanton working on Coles. High right to Smith. Nearly lost the dribble. Picked up by Buckman. Left of the circle. In the left corner to Johnson. Down low it goes to Lewis. Lewis backs his way down. Rams are trying to trap. Out it goes to Smith for a 3. Short. Rebound to Eberhard.
Boy, they gambled and left Smith alone, but he missed a 3.
Yeah, Smith is a no-help offensive guy. I mean, you got to have somebody right with him. Bellarmine with a 3-point lead with 90 seconds to play here at Knights Hall. Eberhard, sideline right to Chitty. Now to Wire, top of the circle. Leaves it for Ramser. Left side to Coles. 8 seconds to shoot. Coles, top of the key. On the dribble. Passes left corner to Eberhard. Adam fakes and fires. Missed it from the baseline. Ramser got a hand on it, but couldn't hold it. And it'll come back to IU Southeast.
Yeah, didn't like that possession there. Never did get close to getting a shot.
There's Jacob Mills back in for IU Southeast. First time he's played in this half. C.J. Fleming comes in to replace Ben Wire for Bellarmine.
So offense, defense here. C.J. giving up a lot of height, but we're got a good defensive player in there with C.J.
Stanton is letting the ball roll. He picks it up still in front court. Now the clock starts. Coles right with him, 1:10 to go. Pass on the right side deflected, but it comes out to IU Southeast as they were able to rescue it with Jamie Johnson. Now here's a drive by Smith in the left corner to Beckman. Pulls the trigger, a 3! What a team at 77! With Hammer in the rim and Beckman, the former Trinity star, knocked it in. Tied at 77, 50 seconds to play. Bellarmine in possession, the Knights will have to shoot. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Coles on the dribble with 40 seconds to play. Here's a pass, knocked away, but a foul. That was a kind of a soft pass, but the foul was committed by Buckman, and now it'll be Eberhard on the line with 39.3 seconds to go. And Adam will have 2. He's got 11 points tonight. We are tied at 77. Free throw up by Eberhard, perfect.
It's good, there's plenty of time now. Bellarmine will get the ball back if Southeast does score, so.
78-77, Knights lead it. 39.3 to go, and Eberhard for his second. Right in the bottom of the wall. Adam with 13 points, 79-77.
One more rebound.
That's a 3. Here comes IU Southeast with it. There's Stanton on a drive against Eberhard, and Adam fouled him with 31.5 seconds left.
Wow.
Second foul on Eberhard.
I mean, Adam had his hands up. He just couldn't get out of the way.
Stanton will shoot the 1+. That's the 8th foul against Bellarmine.
Stanton drew the body contact, and not much you can do about it.
There's been a 30-second timeout here called. And Eberhard gets the foul. That's what I said, wasn't it? They thought maybe it was Chitty or Coles.
I don't know. It's definitely on Adam.
Yeah, it was on Eberhard. No question it was him. Stanton will be on the line for the 1+. 79-77. Ben Wire will come in for Bellarmine. And he's going to replace Fleming. Get a little more size in there on that inside lane position. Wire on the left of the lane. Eberhard inside on the right. Bellarmine needs to be fundamentally sound here on a miss.
Yeah,
got to box out. Stanton, a 74% foul shooter, 0 for 1 tonight. That's his first one, and he missed it. Rebound Ryan, and now Bellarmine.
They've got a foul.
With the lead, 79-77. Eberhard across the time stripe.
They've got a foul.
Gets it out to Coles. Outside to Chitty. 18 seconds to play in the game. And now here's a foul committed by IU Southeast.
Wasted a lot of time there. I mean, Bellarmine was moving the ball, but they had plenty of chances to foul.
Yeah, there was 31 seconds when the free throws were taken. 16 seconds elapsed there.
I don't understand that. Maybe they were trying to get to steal.
I think you could do that for a few seconds.
Foul, yeah.
Here's Eberhard on the line again. And he hit it. Eberhard has 14 points. Bellarmine now leads by 3, 80-77. This is the big one here.
Yep.
To make it a two-possession game. Here's Lewis out and Mills back in for IU Southeast. And Eberhard ready to fire. Turns it loose. He hit it. Eberhard clutched from the line. He has 15 points, 30-second timeout called. We'll stay here with 15.4 seconds left. IU Southeast will attack the basket quickly.
Oh, yeah, they'll get a shot off in 5 seconds.
And try to draw a foul. Bellarmine does not want a foul. Heck, even a 3, if it goes in, you still have the lead by 1.
Yep.
And you don't want to foul a three-point shooter, which Bellarmine already has done tonight, so maybe they've gotten that out of the way.
Yeah, they'll shoot a 3.
Mark, would you say they should try to go to get something going to the rim and then call a quick timeout if they would score?
I don't think so. I think they're going to shoot a 3. And then take chances that Bellarmine doesn't hit 2 free throws.
And play the foul game against Bellarmine.
Yep.
Okay, we'll see.
And if they hit a 3, even if Bellarmine hits 2 more free throws, they still got another chance to tie with another 3.
Right.
So I think they're going to shoot a 3 as soon as they can here.
Mills will inbound. He bounces it into Stanton. Stanton across the midcourt line. 12 seconds to play. Stanton on a drive, goes right to the rim and lays it in with 9.6 seconds left. Timeout called for by IU Southeast. Stanton with a dozen points. We'll take a full timeout and come back for the final 10 seconds. 81-79 Bellarmine. This is Bellarmine Basketball, Louisville Catholic Sports Network.
I love your work. About sports. It's easy to find the sports content you care about, right? Wrong. We're not talking about the content overload you see every day. We're talking about the teams and athletes you truly care to follow. Your sons, daughters, friends, and neighbors, no matter their level of play, professional, college, high school, there's never been a way to find this sports coverage in one place, until now. StatSub covers the teams and athletes that have all the fans but none of the coverage. Visit statsub.com for more info.
I thought he missed one in here.
Coles runs the baseline, trying to get it in bounds, and he does to Ramser, who is fouled with now 7.9 seconds remaining. Kerry Smith with 4 fouls, all in this half, and Ramser will be on the line.
0 for 2 tonight from the free throw line, Daniel.
So 1 for 4 for the season. And he'll have 2. First one's huge. He missed it, shot it long. Well, this one can give Bellarmine a 3-point lead, and then you can maybe play the foul game. You could foul IU Southeast so they don't get a 3 off.
That's what the Davenports were talking about.
Free throw good for Ramser. So now it's 82-79, and Bellarmine, no timeout. 82-79. Will they foul?
Yes,
I'm always a big believer in fouling myself here.
Gave him the instructions to foul.
But you don't want to foul
at the wrong time.
Yeah, you don't want to foul a three-point shooter. Here's the inbounds to Stanton. Stanton gets fouls. There's the foul. And it comes with 4.4 seconds left. They fouled Stanton as he came across the midcourt line.
Get Ben back in there. Got to get Ben back in there.
He's still on the bench.
Got to get Ben back in.
Coles with the foul, his fourth.
Oh, you got to get Ben back in.
Eberhard has inside position, and Ramser has inside position on the rebounding lane for Bellarmine.
Oh.
Stanton on the line, 0 for 1. The free throw is no good, and the rebound fought for Russell.
Violation? Are you kidding me?
It's a foul. It's against IU Southeast. It's on Berkman. So Berkman commits a foul after the missed free throw. 82-79 with 4 seconds left. Berkman apparently shoved from the right side of the lane, and Bellarmine will have Ramser on the line. Dan missed a moment ago, but now is 1 for 4. He went 1 for 2 in that last sequence. And this will be
two chances to win the game here. All he has to do is make one.
Yeah, he'll have 2 free throws. Free throw is good by Ramser. That makes it 83-79, and Bellarmine looks like they'll survive here. They don't have foul, though.
That's some miracle.
And the great play in the second half of Fleming and Wire. Ramser puts it up and in. 84-79, 4 seconds left. Bellarmine should just stand like statues. Johnson's three is good at the buzzer. How do you like that? He hit it, but Bellarmine survives it. 84-82. The Knights hold on and rally from a 9-point deficit. They were down 9 on a couple of occasions in the second half. And sparked by C.J. Fleming's outstanding play.
Still inside the 10-minute mark, they were down 9.
And Ben Wire's threes come back to win 84-82. Still with us. One of the Knights joins us in just a second.
It's time for the Ford Motor Company player interview. Visit your local authorized Ford dealer today.
Welcome back to Knights Hall, and the folks are heaving a sigh of relief as Bellarmine holds off scrappy IU Southeast tonight, 84-82. The home court winning streak lives and grows to 45 in a row, and one of the persons who had a great deal to say about that streak continuing joins us here right now, freshman C.J. Fleming out of LaSalle High School in Cincinnati. Joins us, C.J., 13 points tonight. And yesterday, I was here at practice, and Coach Davenport wasn't too happy with you fellas. He thought the practice wasn't up to speed and was kind of warning you fellas that something could happen. And now a lesson has been learned, and it's the best way to learn it because you learn it by winning.
Yes, we did. Practice yesterday wasn't very good, and then the walkthrough this morning wasn't very good. We weren't very engaged, but we just got to take it one step at a time, one game at a time, and prepare for one of the best teams in the nation and a team that's not very good, which I'm not saying IUS isn't, because they're a very, very good ball team, as we have seen here tonight, but we just got to take every game one step at a time.
You have played with so much poise here, and you act like you've been doing this your whole life, I guess, and maybe you have. But just what's it been like for you here these first 3 games, learning about the college game?
Oh, it's been awesome. It's so easy with teammates like we have here at Bellarmine. All the older guys, they show you the way. They show you what to do. They talk to you. Like I had that one bad turnover. All of them said, "Don't worry about it. Get it next play." They're so encouraging, and they're the best teammates out there.
That's about the only bad thing you did. What was the best thing you did tonight? I know what you're gonna say. The 2 charges?
Oh yeah, those are big. Those are big.
So I was going to ask you about that because people are going to walk out of here and remember the clutch threes that you hit. But now you took 2 charges tonight. I guess you had 1 or 2 up in Indianapolis. So you might be leading the team in charges taken.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Is that something that you've always done?
Well, actually, at LaSalle, my dad was the coach there. And every day in practice, we had this one drill where the guys who, like we had white team, red team, and the red team was the starters, and what the white team was told to do is just run in there and knock the heck out of the guys. So the red guys had to stand there, and we just took it on our chest, and if we didn't do it right, we did it again, and did it again, and did it again. And that's why we took so many charges back at LaSalle, but it's just carried over to here at Bellarmine.
Now, your dad was the basketball coach, not the football coach.
yeah, it was basketball, not football.
Okay, I want to make sure that was clear here. Well, I tell you what, IU Southeast, Kerry Smith hitting those threes. Defensively, what did you try and do with him in the second half?
We just tried to contain him, make sure we were there every time he caught the ball. A couple times in the first half we were a little late, or we went under the screen, which we're not taught to do. We got to go over the screen, and when he catches the ball, we got to be there. That's what we harped on, because he had, 17 at half?
Yeah.
I don't even know what he had for the game.
17 at halftime.
22 for the game, so you held him to 5.
5 in the second half. They're going to make some crazy shots at the beginning, and then you could tell at the end they're getting kind of tired. Some of their shots were short, but I forget which guy hit a big three in the corner to tie it up.
Yeah, Berkman. Yeah, Perry only got 5 shots second half.
Yeah.
So
CJ
did a great job on him.
We appreciate you coming out here. Go get with your guys here and celebrate.
Appreciate it.
All right, that's CJ Fleming, the Bellarmine freshman who sparked a second half surge here at Knights Hall. Bellarmine wins by the count of 84-82 over a very determined and talented IU Southeast basketball team. Let's take a brief pause here in the action. We'll come back with the Knights Travel postgame show. This is Bellarmine basketball on the Louisville Catholic Sports Network.
and Kalen Ryback, class of '74, are ready to assist you with